University, your ECAC national champions.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for your Trine Overwatch Titans! Awesome walkout there. Got to see a little limbo action going on by the Trine team.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Trine University. I am your co-host, Sailor Wada.
And I'm Sam Mooring.
And we have a little bit of some Overwatch action going on tonight. We got Trine University going against Louisiana Tech, two Titans teams that so far during the season have found success in their respective matches. I think tonight is going to be a very good match between these two teams. I think both teams are very competitive, and I think it's going to be a great outing by both teams.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to agree with you. I think Trine has been on a roll. I think they're a very tough team to beat, and it is the Titans division, so most of these teams are very strong. But Trine is, I mean, some would say they're on another level. They're very capable of kind of like controlling the game and doing whatever they want, and we just have to see what Louisiana Tech is going to do to respond to that.
I agree. I think Trine knows when to fix their mistakes during the match. I think they know how to take fights and pre-fight before fights even begin, which gives them such a great advantage during fights. So it looks like the first map here, we're going to be rolling out on Nepal. Now, Nepal is a very brawly-ish map. You need to go fast on this map. You need to make sure your team has some speed, and you need to make sure your team has some angles here, especially when the first fight breaks out here at this middle of this map here. With both teams walks out of these two little choke areas. If your team could get out first, you'll be in a very good position to succeed.
Yeah, I'm actually very interested to see if any of the teams choose to run out on Symmetra. Symmetra is very strong in this map. She can control the point a lot. There's a lot of small chokes where turrets can put in a lot of work.
I agree. Symmetra is starting to take a little rise in the within the meta a little bit here, and it looks like
Looks like both teams do have a Symmetra, but that is probably just going to be for a teleport off of the start of the game. Louisiana Tech looks like they're going to run out on a Diva comp with a Hanzo, Lucio, Juno. The Juno's kind of surprising. You don't see very much Juno being played. She's kind of easy to deal with. She's easy to poke out. And her survivability
is very low. Very, very low. Very squishy character. So here we go. The fight's breaking out here. Trine already set up pretty nicely here. It looks like Louisiana Tech is going to take a low ground approach here to this fight. We got ECAC on the map here. Needs to make sure he plays very, very passively, so he doesn't get dove by this Tracer on the other team. Diva on the high ground. Houdini with the pick on Medizzle to open up the fight. And Brock's going to drop on point here, trying to find somebody. 10 looking a little low. Fuji on high ground. Full rail hit. Oh, nice. Juno goes down early. And it looks like Trine is going to do a little bit of cleanup here. 10. He might get caught out. No, he gets out alive. Diva's trying to chase him down. He lives on 1 HP and he falls to Medizzle. Gets back very quick, but Houdini gets the trade-off on the Diva with Fuji following up a pick on the Lucio. Lent comes out to clean up the fight here on the Hanzo, so he does not get one shot.
Yeah, I don't think Louisiana Tech played that fight correctly. Their Diva tried to contest the high ground, but they didn't have any pressure on it other than the Diva. And Trine just took better angles, poked them out, and eventually they were able to find picks. And it just kind of devolves from there, and Trine is able to clean up nicely.
I agree. I think Trine has much better verticality here with the Sojourn and the Venture DPS lineup. Able to slide on the high ground, and Venture can dig on the height. It looks like they're trying to get some speed going here with the Juno speedering coming out for Louisiana Tech, but Moz picks up the pick on Juno. Looking a little low. Bab kind of caught out in the open space here. Hanzo hits a shot, but he will run to safety. Houdini gets another pick on the Diva. Medizzle, though, kill on ECAC. kind of evens the fight here. Lucio on point will go down to Houdini. Houdini with another pick. He's doing a great job at catching out these players in open space. Another pick by Houdini. And the spear comes out on the Tracer. Recall, she'll get out alive.
Yeah, to me, it just seems like Louisiana Tech isn't very coordinated on their targets. The Hanzo's on height, shooting at the BAP, and the Diva's in the back line. There's no coordination there. You're not going to find any kills like that. There's not a whole lot of... I mean, there is some pick potential, but...
I agree. Ellen on the back line picks up 3. Beautiful venture all to get right behind him here and pick up 3 when they're not even looking. Beautiful fight. Quick and easy fight by Trine. Well done. They only use 1 ult here. It looks like they have the Orisa and BAP open with Soch coming up. I think they take this one pretty easily.
Yeah, I don't think Louisiana Tech has much here. They have no ult economy at all. Trine has 3 ults coming up and a B coming up shortly as well. Diva Bomb isn't very strong. I don't think much will happen here from Louisiana Tech.
Mods opens up with the quick early Orisa ult to try and split the team. Venture underground. It looks like we'll get a pick on the Juno, but he's kind of 1 HP. Soldier might pick him. Here we go. It's even. Diva ult comes out on point. Medizzle gets a pick on Houdini, and it looks like Louisiana Tech might win the first fight of the match. Well done. Nice retake. Oh, here comes the railgun from the Soch. Looking on the Lucio, who's stuck in this corner here. Was Diva to the rescue. And Fuji will fall. And Medizzle will clean up the fight. Well done by Louisiana Tech to take the retake. Nice.
Yeah, I think they fixed a lot of the problems that we just mentioned. They looked a lot more together. They were taking way better angles and prioritizing targets, and that's what happens when you play more as a team. Even when you're down in ultimate economy, you can still make it work, and Louisiana Tech did that.
Great job by the Diva to the peel for the Lucio and catch out some of the Trine players who are out of position. But here we go. Next fight, Fuji opens up with an E on the Diva. Real shot comes out. Houdini gets a pick on the Lucio. Nice opener. Mod's going to drop on the point. B comes out from Trine. Houdini didn't get beat. 1 HP. Pfizer comes out from Louisiana Tech. Can he make something happen here? Houdini gets Juno. Echo Riot falls to the Soldier. Lucio looking a little low. The Mods, Houdini, and they'll clean up the fight here. Diva will fall. Lucio goes down, and round 1, will fall to Trine 100% to 59.
Yeah, it looked to me like Trine was just playing much quicker there in that last fight. They forced them off high ground, dropped down, used the beat, and just kind of steamrolled them. Not much Louisiana Tech could do, especially with a weak ultimate like Visor. I don't know if I'm too sure about the Soldier pick. He's okay because he can reposition quickly, but you really would want to see more of a Sojourn for more burst damage and a better ultimate. I'm just not sure what the Soldier pick will really do for them, and you can see that when the fight goes down. The Soldier just really can't get that much value, especially into an Orisa.
I agree. The Wu backline that they got going on here too is, again, it kind of runs like the Juno. It's very squishy. There's not really much survivability there, and there's not really a lot of healing output. So Trine can go quick on their team, and just don't let them stabilize. Don't let them get healed up. Don't let them get their cooldowns back. I think Trine can totally just run over this team. Soldier looking 1 HP already. Echo Riot with the pick instantly on the Soldier. Looks like Venture here is going to try to walk behind the team. She's going to go into the dig. Perfect dig on the back line. The Wu is already caught out. Looking 1 HP. Brock is there. Maz is there to pick it up. Fuji on the Soj. And yeah, it looks like a nice win by Trine. Nice round win, fight win there by Trine.
Yeah, I think that was just some positioning errors from Louisiana Tech. You can see the Soldier get caught out on that left side angle right as the fight begins. And that's another problem with Soldier is you can't move around the map quickly. Your sprint is just kind of slower compared to like a Sojourn slide or even like an Ash coach gun. Mm-hmm. You really just can't get away from things, and that's what happens. You just get taken out very quickly, and the fight won't not go your way.
I agree. No verticality there for the Soldier. It's very tough to escape pressure. But here we go. Next fight. Houdini already used his barrel. He pops his E to get more range. One wanting the Tracer. Like Tracer will get out here. Houdini 1 HP. Diva on him. He's 39 health, but he will live. Nice real shot on the Lucio. Gets him 1 HP. Lucio is in their backline. He will live, but they are down 1. Brock looking a little low here. He needs to stabilize. Wu Yang uses his getaway ability. Houdini 1 HP. Good lamp out by Echo Riot. Amp comes in. Here comes the window. Fuji gets a pick on Sanity. Diva will get out of mech, and that will be another fight win for Trine. Looks like they just have a lot of pressure going here. Good exit pick by Medizzle on the Lucio.
Yeah, I don't know if I really agree with Louisiana Tech's backline picks here. I don't. The Lucio Wu Yang can work in a lot of situations, but there's just way too much damage coming in from Trine. They can't sustain their diva or their soldier, and you can just see all that damage start to stack up, and they just can't deal with it.
Here we go. Looks like Louisiana Tech's going to take a different approach here, taking the high ground. Fuji gets a pick already on the Wu Yang, and so does Houdini. There are no supports for Louisiana Tech, and they're entering last fight territory. They need to either back up or go in with the minimum amount of ults that they have to try and take this one back. It's looking like here, Trine has 3 ults online. See if they can make some use of them here. Mods with the ultimate comes out. Trying to zone out the Louisiana Tech from their Diva. Diva Bomb is here. Oh, Baby Diva goes down. Medizzle gets a pick on Echo Riot. It is even. It is a 4v4. No limp. See here, Lucio trying to help his Soj. His Soj will get the Mega. It looks like Mods on point. Low. Fuji gets a pick on Pizza Hat, but Medizzle with the pulse on Mods. Fuji with the pick on Sanity. And Houdini as well. It's just Tracer on point. Diva's almost back. Diva is back. Diva can stall for as long as... No, she does not get the touch. And that is a map 1 victory for Trine University. Well done.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of problems with Louisiana Tech's game there. Team composition was a big one. The Wu Yang Lucio was never going to work into a composition with this much damage. I mean, you have a Venture and an Orisa just constantly... And the Sojourn as well, just shooting your tank and just poking out your other... players, and there's just not enough sustain there from Louisiana Tech, and you can just see the damage kind of tear them
just
apart.
Stack up. Yeah, I mean, like, and the fact that Trine just went on them super fast every single fight, like, they had no time to really stabilize their tank and get them back to full HP. And really, I mean, the fights only last like 30-some seconds. You know, you see Houdini getting those first entry picks that kind of make the fight a little bit easier for Trine, while Medizzle on the other team for Louisiana Tech, he's also putting in some work here, trying to wheel his team back into those fights where they get down 1. Overall, it was a pretty solid first map here. I think Louisiana Tech need to figure out some comps here for this next map. Try and get a little stronger backline that's not easily as diveable by the Venture, because Venture is such a difficult character to counterplay, especially if he can just walk for free. Because Venture is a character that has 2 getaway abilities. She has a 1-shot combo. The best DPS in the game, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Louisiana Tech can really do about it. I mean, Houdini's Venture is deadly, and you can see the impact that he can make within a game. I mean, there was fights where he was, racking up 3 kills, and Louisiana Tech just can't do much about it. I mean, I think they could try to switch up the Venture, or not the Venture, the backline composition and move towards a Kiri Lucio. I think Kiri has much more survivability than a Wu Yang, and I think she can output a lot more healing and has more utility when it comes to things like Suzu. And I think that's something that Louisiana Tech could try.
I agree, especially with the Kiri, with that Suzu, to try and disable the Venture engages, because right now, currently, they really have no way to stop Venture. Like, Venture is just unstoppable, can do whatever she wants, and then the Sojourn as well, that can just position on high ground, can just sit there for free, unless their only character that can really contest Soj is the Diva, but the Diva can only go in by herself with the Tracer, to be fair, but I mean, Trine has a Baptiste who has a Lamp, who has a Shift, Lucio has a Boop, has like Amp. There's a lot of ways that they can defend their push and also counter push into the other team.
Yeah, Louisiana Tech, I mean, you could see in that game, they're running like a Diva Tracer composition, and you just didn't see any coordination with the dives. The Diva was mostly playing down main, shooting the Orisa, not getting a whole lot of value, and the Tracer was on an off angle. There was no coordination. There was no attempts made on Trine's backline, and they're just roaming free, getting way too much value. Louisiana Tech has to fix that going into Mat 2, or it's gonna get ugly quick.
I agree. Now, some player improvements that Trine Overwatch Blue has decided to give to us. Now, Echo Riot, Logan Gall, he's finding ways to put out the most damage while still being able to heal and support his team. Basically, what this means is when he's on that Kiriko, he wants to try and get healing out for his team while also trying to get damage to try and pressure the other team and force out cooldowns. Houdini on the Venture, Ellen Langley, he's working on optimizing the way he engages into the enemy team and being a better player. What this means is basically trying to engage the same time as his tank, Mods, Brox's Shannon. He's trying to also synchronize his cooldowns with this team's engagement to take space more effectively. And Fuji, Hudson Kelly on the Sojourn. He's trying to play around the safe spaces created by his teammates' setup in order to put out the most pressure with the least amount of risk. This also goes back to the pre-fight setup that we preached earlier. And, yeah. And last but not least, 10, Jonah Kyle working on playing cover more efficiently and using his cooldowns to align with what the team wants to do instead of what he wants to do.
So it looks like Trine's going to be running out on a Ramatra comp. Ramatra was very prominent some time ago, and then he was reworked a little bit. He was nerfed a little bit, and you saw a lot less play. But now he's starting to show back into the meta a little bit, and I think if Trine plays this well, Ramatra could be very solid into his Zarya.
I agree. That block cooldown, you can't really like weave his punch and block, which makes it kind of more less survivability, but he's still overall like a fundamentally balanced character. So here we go. E comes out by the Ramatra to try and slow down the team, split him up here. Reaper Zarya on Louisiana Tech. He's holding block here. Reaper is trying to get in the back line. He's going to force Wraith. Zarya walking on the team here. Q trying to heal up his team. Oh, Sanity with the crazy headshot on Echo Riot, but Houdini with the trade right back on Sanity. Hyzri will kill the Bastion, however, and Medusa will clean up on 10, and that looks like a fight win for Louisiana Tech. Good opener here for them.
Yeah, I think that was just unfortunate. The headshot coming out into the Kiriko, that's something you have to be careful with when you're going against a one-shot character like Hanzo. You have to be very careful on what sightline that you're peeking, or something like that can happen, and it's just hard to come back in a fight like that.
Here we go. Shield comes out. Bastion swinging the corner with his turret form. Brock mods with the form here. Kills Hyzray. 10 gets the Lucio. Hanzo versus 10 here. Who will win it? Who will win the Lucio? Sanity gets the pick on 10, but it looks like it'll be a fight win for Trine, and they'll cap this first point here.
Yeah, you can really see the strength coming in with a Ramatra and a Lucio composition. The Lucio is just able to speed his entire team straight into the face of Louisiana Tech, and they couldn't respond in time.
The good swing on the Bastion, too. Definitely catching them off guard, I'd say. But wow, what a pick on Medizzle. Nice shots by Houdini and Echo Riot there. It looks like Houdini's going to go in with turret form. Try and catch out another pick here. Look at a nice nade kill on the Wu Yang. And it's, yeah, they're running the same Wu Yang Lucio composition. Definitely very vulnerable to just getting ran down. Widow looking down main here, trying to stop the enemy from trying to support the tank. It looks like everyone will back up and reset for a fight here. Hyzray walking up. Shield comes out from Mods. Hanzo 1 HP. He'll get the pick on Hanzo. Rush comes out. Bastion is looking the turret down. Gun down Hyzray. He'll get the Lucio. Looks like he will also get the Wu Yang. Grenade comes back. Right back to him, but he will get the pick nonetheless.
I mean, yeah, this is just another example of too much damage coming in from Trine. Louisiana Tech just cannot keep up with it with the Lucio Wu Yang composition, and you can see that as the Bastion just rips through Louisiana Tech's front line, and there's just not much that Louisiana Tech can do about it.
Especially with the Bastion turret, like if you catch someone off guard, there's no saving them. You have a Baptiste lamp, you don't have a Kiriko Suzu. It's just very hard to play. But here we go. Dragons comes out. Ramatra all comes out. Reaper, no Wraith. They're going to try to walk on this. No, he will play slow, play safe. That's a 1. He's going to try to throw E there to stop him from pushing up. Here comes grab. Medizzle. 3 alts come out on Louisiana Tech, it looks like. Yes, and Brock is going to try and get an exit pick here. Beautifully. Well done by Brock to get an exit pick. Mods. Yeah, 3 alts come out.
Yeah, that's tough from Louisiana Tech. You have to invest a lot there, and now you're left with Wu Yang ult, which it can be useful, especially placed on a Reaper. But I think what Trine is going to do is they're going to speed in with a Lucio sound barrier, and they're kind of just going to run them over. There's not much that Louisiana Tech's going to be able to do about it, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think Louisiana Tech is going to have to try and Wu Yang their Reaper, try and TP in and stun the backline here. I think that's the only way you can win this fight. I mean, Trine is coming up on Lucio. They're coming up on Bastion as well. Here goes Bastion turns. They're going to amp in, try and gun down the Zarya. Here comes an aggressive beat by 10. Zarya 1 HP caught out, but the Wu Yang comes out on the Zarya. Zarya's going to live. Mods finds 1. Zarya 1 HP. Mods gets 2. Zarya's going to fall to Houdini. And it looks like this will be a fight win for Trine.
Yeah, even though that Wu Yang ult did stun 3 players, it was just way too late from Louisiana Tech. Trine already found a couple picks and went in with their Lucio beat, I think they had to play that a little quicker, try to find something before trying to engage with that beat, or else there was just nothing they could do about it. They had to play fast.
I agree. I think the fact that Trine managed to get that aggressive beat out, it just completely threw off Louisiana Tech, and they just got out of position too quick. And the win, it was a good try, but it just wasn't enough. But here we go. Rush comes out with Bash and turret. That is a lot of damage. You'll get 1. You will get 2. Wu Yang bots will pick up the Wu Yang. Reaper, no wraith on point. It will reset, and we're dealing with another 3K. He's playing very great so far in this match.
Yeah, I'm very surprised they're still running this Zarya into this Bastion. I mean, the bubbles just they aren't finding any value. The Bastion burns them so quickly, and she just dies at the start of every fight.
Here we go. Mods is on the middle. No shield. He's got the whole block here. Very low. Kyrie's going to Suzu him, try and get him the full HP. Now he's going to come here really fast. He has Ramatra ult. See what he can do with it here. Shield comes up. He's going to use it aggressively. Yes, he is. He's going to try to gun down the Zarya. Zarya will fall. But the boop comes in by Pizza Hat. And he stops the Ramatra ult. Real comes out. This is a winnable fight here. Wing low, but a big boop by 10 will get him out of position. Fuji will pick up 1. It's Lucio on cart here. Oh, and the Ajax comes out. Oh, great Ajax by Fuji. And that looks like Trine is going to cap the point. Great. Well done to wheel that fight into their favor, even after Ramatra's ult got booped off the map.
Yeah, like I've said many times, this just comes down to Trine having much too much damage. Louisiana Tech just can't do anything about it. They need to swap to maybe like an Orisa or something that can absorb more damage. The Zarya just can't. The bubbles get burned quickly, and then she's just stranded and just gets burned at the start of every fight, and they don't have enough healing output to keep her up. Like, the Wu Yang Lucio backline is very strong, but it's not great into something with this much damage, especially with the Zarya, and we're seeing the effects of that here on this match as Trine just kind of steamrolls them on King's Row.
They're just going really fast with the Lucio amp. And I mean, the combination with the Lucio amp and the Bastion form is super strong because you can literally gun down anybody in your way, especially Zarya. Zarya is a very squishy character without her bubbles, and the fact that Bastion can completely delete her bubbles, they just have no chance at living, and that's exactly what Trine's goal is with this comp.
And yeah, it does look like Louisiana Tech will make the swap over to an Orisa, which I think that will be a good change. I don't know how much it will do against Trine. They also are swapping to a Genji. I do like Genji on King's Row. I think he's able to take a lot of angles, and he's able to coordinate dives well, but it's just Louisiana Tech doesn't have anybody to dive with the Genji. He might get caught out and stranded in a couple of these fights.
I agree. I think Orisa is going to bring a bit more survivability here. And the Genji is very great at maybe trying to counter the Bastion's engage, maybe with the deflect. So we'll see what happens here. They roll on a Widow as well, so you got to watch your head here. Fuji with the wall on the Orisa. Orisa, no cooldown. She is going to get gunned down, looks like. Yes, indeed. Brock is going to go in here. And it looks like the fight is going to be won.
Yeah, you can see the effects there of running a Lucio Wu Yang backline. The Orisa gets walled off and just cannot get out. There's no Suzu, there's no Immortality Field, and she falls at the start of the fight, and they have to reset.
The E is very nice by Wu Yang. His E that can wave enemies back and give teammates the ability to get more healing. But like right there, you want it once again. Fuji with the nice wall on the Orisa, and there's no way to really get her out there.
Yeah, Louisiana Tech is going to have to do something about this wall. The Orisa's walked through the choke twice and got walled off twice. They need to figure something out, or they're going to lose fight after fight just like that.
I think it's going to be rinse and repeat here for Trine. Just keeps trying to find the wall. I think the only way you can counter this is just trying to bait the wall. But then again, if Fuji plays his cards right, they'll never walk past that choke. However, they try to engage on the Mei, but Mei will just pop her Ice Block and Genji will fall. Followed by Mats with the pick on Pizza Hat. Looks like it's going to be another fight win here for Trine. Fuji looking a little low, but it'll be okay.
Yeah, I think Louisiana Tech has to utilize their amp better from Lucio, and speeding into the hotel where Fuji is playing, they have to force him out, or he's going to get way too much value in that room.
Here we go. Rush coming out. Bastion turret will gun down Hanzo, followed by Lucio, and it looks like Orisa is going to follow next. 10 with the boop on Madizzle, and Houdini is going to clean up the Orisa. Well done. Another quick fight for Trine.
Yeah, Trine only had to invest one ultimate there, and Louisiana Tech still doesn't have much coming up. They have Wu Yang ult and a Hanzo Dragon coming up, maybe an Orisa ult, but Trine has everything else. I don't think that's really going to make it much of an impact.
I think the way you can play this, I mean, yeah, with the Wu ult, there's really no one that can engage here. So I think you have to amp in and try and find somebody. But their team is looking very low here. And Orisa's looking 1 HP. They won't pop the Wu ult. Echo Right with a pick on Pizza Hat, followed by a pick on the Wu Yang. All but Bashy gets traded out, looks like. But the fight is going to be won. Oh!
Echo Riot finding for that fight. That's great Kiriko gameplay. That's what you like to see out of a Kiriko, being able to put out damage and healing at the same time. And I think Louisiana Tech has the damage from their supports, but just not enough healing. And you can see that as their Orisa gets burned at the start of every fight, and they just can't recover from it.
Great gameplay here by Echo Riot. He's doing a great job at trying to weave in that damage and that healing for his team. Looks like Trine has 3 ults online here. Kiriko's ult is coming up soon. Amp comes in by 10. Great wall. Blizzard comes out. They'll pick up the Orisa and the Symmetra. It looks like this is going to be another fight win for Trine, as they're just in their spawn door.
Yeah, Trine is just playing much more quickly. They're going first with their ultimates. They're not giving Louisiana Tech any time to breathe. And they're kind of just walking at them way before they respond. And Louisiana Tech is falling apart. They can't handle it.
Here we go. Last fight. Fuji, amazing pick on the Lucio. They're going to try to ascend TP. Break TP. May is caught out here. Looks like Louisiana Tech, they're going to try and get a Rizal here and trying to find something. Sanity gets a pick on Fuji, who didn't even get a trade-off on his Ray. But Maz will pick up the May, followed by the Symmetra. And then Williams trying to get a last-second touch here. But it is not going to matter. It looks like Trine, they're going to play up here, try to deny any sort of touch. And it looks like Trine is going to complete map 2. Great win for Trine.
Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to the backline of Louisiana Tech here. I still do not understand the Lucio Wu Yang picks there. They do not have enough healing. There's not enough sustainability, especially into a Bastion. They cannot keep playing like this. Their tank is burned every fight. There's nothing they can do about it.
Wow. Great play the game by Echo right there. That was amazing. That was 4 kills there, back to back. Great outing for Trine. I mean, I think they just went first every single fight. I mean, they didn't give Louisiana Tech the time to stabilize, the time to get healed up. And yeah, I mean, that was just a blowout, looks like.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if Louisiana Tech will try to change anything up in the third map. It really, I don't know. I don't know what else they can really do other than swap the backlines. They can maybe try like switching up their tank, going into more of a dive composition, targeting that backline, but Trine's on Kiriko Lucio. That's kind of a hard backline to dive. You have to force the Kiriko's cooldowns out early, and that's something that a ball composition could do, but we haven't seen anything like that from Louisiana Tech. If they continue to play like an Orisa brawl comp, I don't think they're going to find any success against Trine.
I agree. I think the only way you can really combat this break comp that they got going here is maybe possibly playing the Diva, preferably Winston, and trying to maybe go Freya to try and burst to damage the Bastion, because the Bastion is a wide target. He has no movement really besides his grenade, which damages himself. And I think that he's just not really that much contested, it looks like. So I think maybe just trying to get on to the backline a bit better, forcing out Kiri's cooldowns, I believe, is a good step too as well.
Indeed.
So yeah, back to what we were saying about Suravasa. It's a very brawly map, and I'm not sure I really agree with the pick from Louisiana Tech. I think Trine has kind of been running them over with a brawl composition this entire match, and I'm not really sure what the mentality going into it was, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, taking Trine to their stomping grounds here, they're pretty solid at Suravasa. They know how to play it, so it's gonna be interesting to see. Maybe Louisiana Tech has something up their sleeves here to try and surprise Trine a little bit.
Yeah, I am hoping to see something interesting, and maybe they get really crazy and pull out a Malga or something like that. But we need to see something different from Louisiana Tech here.
Houdini loves a Malga. He'll be excited for that one, I'm sure. And I think Mods is gonna want to mirror that Malga as well. So.
But I would love to see that, actually. That would be great.
A little thingy here. Trying to Overwatch White has won their ECAC match, so congratulations to them. Well done.
Still undefeated in the season. I think that does qualify them for the playoffs, which is
Indeed.
great to see.
Great job by them. And I believe if Trine wins tonight as well, I think they are also qualified for playoffs.
Yeah,
So
that will be 3 Trine teams qualified for playoffs already through the first half of the season.
great job by all the players and all the teams. So we'll see if Trine can get it done here. Looks like everyone should be ready to go here. So yeah, I'm very curious to see what composition they're gonna roll out here. If they go, I actually do think maybe the Lucio Willian could maybe work. It's just they need to be faster than Trine, and that's just very difficult to do.
Yeah, I think it all depends on who Louisiana Tech decided to ban. If they decided to ban Houdini's Bastion, I think the Lucio Willian could work. It depends on what tank that they run. If they still run a Zarya, it could be difficult, but it looks like we will be getting into the game here.
So Cervasa here, flashpoint map. First one to capture 3 points will win. It works kind of like Control. So we'll see. 10 seconds here until the comps will roll out. This first point here, definitely long sightlines are your best friend.
Yeah, especially on that right side. You see a lot of teams try to engage from the right side there in that big opening that leads to the outside.
I agree. And we're also seeing the Genji come out on Fuji as well. I'm excited to see some Genji gameplay.
Louisiana Tech will be rolling out on a Diva composition. Now on Nepal, the Diva didn't work. They weren't very coordinated. We'll see if they can clean that up here. We'll also see a Moira. That is not something that you usually see. I'm actually very surprised to see that instead of just like a Kiriko.
We'll see what they can do here.
Dini running out on the Bastion. It looks like they will both try to fight close to the point. Louisiana Tech taking point control quickly. Mods walking forwards. Uses shout. Venture looking for a dig. We'll find a dig on the Lucio. Lucio falls. And now find the Moira. Both supports are down. Trine has a huge advantage here. Fuji finds a soldier, and it's all falling apart for Louisiana Tech. They really didn't find anything quickly.
That was a great job by Udini as well. He managed to catch out both supports, which is great value. They were just split off from their team. I mean, he was probably unlucky, but I mean, Venture can just literally like 1v2 any like.
Oh, pause coming out here.
Get a pause going on here. Mods throwing up the question mark. We'll see what's going on here shortly.
Maybe some technical difficulties. Oh.
Looks like a Discord error from Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if Louisiana Tech will switch anything up coming into the second fight. They have a little time to think about it now. Oh, looks like the pause.
We are getting right back into the action.
Louisiana Tech staging on the left side of the map. This is a good position. Diva flies in, looking for something on supports. Houdini looking at the Lucio, dashes onto the Lucio. He gets out, back to his team. Lucio stranded on the point. Tracer falls, so does the Moira, and it's still falling apart. Louisiana Tech is just playing way too split from each other. The Diva went in and then out, and the Lucio stayed in. They'll find the kill onto the soldier and DMAC the Diva. The fight is just over for Louisiana Tech.
They're gonna stagger the Diva here. I mean, yeah, it's definitely a common play to make. Great stagger though. I mean, as we come out of the fight for on the next couple of seconds and bring them to the one fight territory here. Looks like Louisiana Tech really only has the pulse bomb. They make the swap to the Orisa, so let's see if they can bring it to
Houdini
a
stage very, very far up, looking for maybe an early pick here. Venture is very strong and can find something like that. Orisa walks past, he digs in, finds a dig on the Cassidy. Cassidy's going to fall low, hindered, but he finds a kill on the Cassidy. Fuji finds a kill onto the Lucio, and it's still, Louisiana Tech just doesn't look very coordinated here.
2 on point.
Moira falls to the Venture, and it's falling apart. Louisiana Tech is just still playing so spread out, and Trine is taking a huge advantage of it, pushing onto people that are isolated and finding quick kills to start the fight, and Louisiana Tech can never recover from it. They can't find any trades, and if it continues like this, Trine will take this series into 3-0.
They did a really good job there of just setting up for pre-fight, trying to find anything, and Houdini managed to get the cast out, which already put him at a disadvantage, and the 2 on point.
Louisiana Tech staging on the left side here. We have a lot of big ultimates coming up for Trine. They already find the kill on the Orisa. 10 finds a kill on a Pizza Hat. It's still falling apart. Trine's finding kills so quickly. there's just no sustain from Louisiana Tech. They're falling at the start of every fight. They will reset here, look for another fight, but if you look at the ultimate economy, Trine has all ultimates available, and Louisiana Tech has nothing. Their closest is 78%, and it's a Moira Coalescence. That's not going to find very much value. I don't see Louisiana Tech coming back for this point, especially being down this much. Houdini looks for Sanity finds a kill onto Fuji, but the Venture ultimate comes out from Houdini, looking for a kill. He's forced out. Mods finds 2. It's even here. Mods with the Rampage available might use it. Lucio's low. He finds a kill on the Lucio, and now and Echo Rat finds a Moira, and it looks like Trine will be able to come back during this fight. It looked a little sketchy there, but they will be able to pull it out and only use 2 ultimates. That's very good from Trine. Now they can respond to what Louisiana Tech has for this next fight, and this is going to be really tough for Louisiana Tech.
They did a really good job there going down early, and then they managed to just respond with their ultimates that they had. Very good job at taking the fight back into their favor. I think Louisiana Tech struggles with that as well. I think when they go down 1, they really don't try to respond and try to fight their way back into the fight.
Dragon Blade comes out. Sanity finds kill into Echo Riot, but the Dragon Blade is in. It's boot back. He can't find anything. The Terror Surge comes out. But 10 finds a kill onto Sanity. The beat comes out. Trine's able to disengage with that and stabilize. 10 finds a kill onto the Tracer. The Rampage comes out from Junker Queen. The rest is isolated on point. She will fall, and Trine will still be able to flip these fights around. Trine's doing an amazing job of going down in fights early and still being able to recover using their ultimates that they have. And I just don't think that Louisiana Tech is playing this correctly. They still had both DPS ults, and they didn't use them. They're just not playing these fights correctly, and Trine's taking advantage of that.
Trine did use all of their ultimates as well. Their ult economy is kind of weak here going through this next fight. It looks like Louisiana Tech has the Pulse Bomb to try and get a pick early, the Cast Ult to try and get some zoning done, and the Lucio beat to try and sustain.
Houdini looking for something on the left side here. Fuji walking towards the Orisa. There's a lot that Louisiana Tech has here, but Mods will find a kill, and 10 will find one onto Lucio. It's just falling apart for Louisiana Tech. They cannot afford to lose this fight. They're giving Trine their ultimates back, and that advantage that they have is slowly slipping away from them. They're just not going fast enough. Louisiana Tech isn't playing to their advantages that they have. They had 3 ultimates and used none of them.
Looks like they just got caught out on their rotate, which is kind of unfortunate for Louisiana Tech. Let's see if they could get set up here, try and take a fight here, try and get a win here. Team fight win.
Fuji saves on the high ground. Mods looking for something, playing that close angle. He's stuck by the Tracer, but the shout comes out. Pizza Hat finds a kill onto Fuji. High Noon comes out, doesn't find anything. And 10 falls. Looks like Louisiana Tech might take this fight. I don't think there's any way Trine can flip this here. But they use a good amount of ultimates for it. They only have beat now. Trine is coming up on Kitsune Rush and Excavate. And looks very winnable for Trine in this next fight. It just depends on how they play around this beat.
Echo Ray is going to reset here. They just got unlucky, picked off pretty early in the fight, and they're just going to try and reset.
Houdini staged on the left side, doing the Cassidy here, but the Cassidy backs off, gives him space. He has space to work with now. He can look for something, look for a dig, and he will. He's going to dash in. But the beat comes out, and so does the rush. We might see an ultimate here from the Venture. Pizza Hat finds one on Ekarat, but Fuji trades, and here comes the excavation. But he falls to Pizza Hat. Terror Surge comes out, and it looks like Louisiana Tech might be able to pull us out. Finds a kill onto 10. And it looks like Louisiana Tech played that fight very well. I think they used the ultimates that they had. They used them well. But now they're only coming up on Coalescence, and Trine has a lot to work with. I think Trine maybe... I don't know if they'll have time for another touch, though. This
scramble
might go to Louisiana Tech.
Try and find anything. Oh, I don't think they're going to go for recontest, possibly.
Oh, they're just going to rotate to the next point.
It's good play here. They will get the early positioning here for this next point. They'll be in a definitely more superior spot here.
And it's nice to see a bit of spark of life from Louisiana Tech. We finally see them playing to their strengths, playing well. And we'll see if they can continue that and maybe take a map. Houdini gets caught out quickly, but Mods finds a trade onto the Moira. The Rampage comes out, gets 3. The Orisa falls. It looks like the fight is still even. Pulse Bomb comes out. Mods is very low. But the Suzu comes out from Echo Riot. That's a very good play from Echo Riot. Keeps the tank alive, and they will secure the point here. Yeah, that's tough when you drop your tank like that.
Yeah, and I mean, the Kiriko just brings a lot more usability, honestly, instead of the Moira with the Suzu and the TP. A lot more util for the Kiriko. Just keep the take alive there. I mean, there was a Moira in that situation that Mods would have died.
Yeah. Trine does have the beat and the Dragon Blade to work with. Louisiana Tech makes the right point. The Dragon Blade comes out. So does the High Noon. He's hindered. He finds the kill into the Lucio and the Moira. The Arissa's isolated on point now. There's not much that she'll be able to do about it, and Trine will take that fight dominantly. They had to use all their ultimates available, but Louisiana Tech doesn't have much either.
2 ults there to take a fight. Not bad. They get control back into their favor. Louisiana Tech has a Moira ult. Either use it for sustainability or use it to try and get a pick on somebody who's out of position, maybe the Genji.
It looks like we will be walking up on last fight territory for the series. Sanity finds a kill on a Fuji, but the dig comes out from Houdini, finding the Kree. They're gonna disengage now, stabilize, but Mods gets pushed in. This could be dangerous. The rush comes out from Echo Riot, but Mods will fall. Ooh. That rush might have been a little too late. We'll see if they can stable, but the Coalescence comes out from Layden. Houdini looking for a dig, might be able to find something. But I think Trine will just have to disengage here. They have some ultimates coming up, but we'll see what they can do with them.
Good try with the rush there. I see the vision trying to keep Mods alive, but unfortunately with Queen, without Shao, it's definitely hard to stay alive, especially against an Orisa. Very hard to play Queen in this comp.
Escovate comes out, but so does the Beat. In response, they still find the kill onto the Cassidy. Venture's still looking for a dig on point. Tracer's low. Recall is forced out. Lucio's isolated. He looks like he will make it out, though. Terror Surge comes out from the Orisa. So does the Pulse Bomb. It finds Echo Riot, and 10 falls. It looks like Trine will get cleaned up here unless Fuji can pull something out. But no, he will fall. Mods finds an exit pick. So, it might be winnable. The Rampage comes out. Tracer finds Houdini. Mods alone on point. He finds one. It's just the Cassidy. Oh, the Moira's there too.
The cavalry has arrived, though.
The Beckham's arrived, and Mods might be able to clutch this out. It's an amazing flip from Trine to close it out. The Lucio might get a touch.
Lucio's gonna get a touch.
Not sure he's boot backwards. And he falls. The Orisa will be able to get a touch, but I do not think it will matter. Trine will flip this in an amazing fashion. I'm not sure how they managed to do that. Just heroic act from Mods there. The Kiriko coming in, and it's just an amazing flip from Trine to seal the series.
Well done by Mods on the Junker Queen. He managed to hold down the fort for as long as he possibly could, and that was great. But, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a fun outing for Overwatch. Trine University will take the win 3-0 against Louisiana Tech. Well done by both teams. I am your host, Sailor. I'm your co-host, Sailor Wada.
And Sam Mooring.
And we'll see you all next time.